Behind the fame, fortune, and flashing cameras, some of Hollywood's biggest stars are fighting battles far more dangerous than any movie role. From devastating diseases to addiction, financial ruin, and life on the streets, their darkest struggles could destroy everything overnight. These are the shocking stories the spotlight tried to hide. Number 1. Bruce Willis. Bruce Willis spent decades outrunning explosions, taking down villains, and surviving impossible missions on the big screen. But now, the legendary action hero is facing an enemy no weapon can stop and no script can rewrite. After suddenly stepping away from acting in 2022 because of severe communication problems, his family revealed the devastating truth: Bruce had been diagnosed with frontotemporal dementia, a rare and aggressive brain disorder that can slowly attack speech behavior, judgment, and personality. For the man once known as Hollywood's toughest survivor, the danger is now terrifyingly real. There are no stunt doubles, no escape routes, and no guaranteed happy ending. His condition may leave him unable to fully understand what is happening around him, while the people closest to him watch pieces of the man they love begin to change. Yet inside this heartbreaking battle, his family refuses to surrender. His wife, daughters, and grandchildren have surrounded him with music, memories, laughter, and constant affection. They continue sharing powerful moments, birthday celebrations, family gatherings, and the emotional sight of Bruce holding his grandchild. The disease may be stealing parts of his world, but it has not defeated the love protecting him. Bruce Willis is no longer fighting to save a city. He is fighting to hold on to connection, dignity, and every precious moment he still has. Number 2. Michael J. Fox. Michael J. Fox once raced through time, escaped impossible disasters, and became one of Hollywood's most beloved stars. But behind his famous smile, he has spent more than 3 decades fighting a relentless enemy that grows stronger with time. Diagnosed with Parkinson's disease at only 29, Fox was forced into a battle that no camera could hide and no movie magic could erase. The disease attacks his balance, coordination, and control over his own body. A simple step can become a dangerous gamble. Over the years, repeated falls have left him with a shattered shoulder, broken bones in his arm, hand, elbow, and face, and an infection so severe that he nearly lost a finger. Every ordinary movement carries the risk of another devastating injury. But the physical damage is only part of the nightmare. Fox has also faced fear, grief, exhaustion, and the crushing loss of privacy that comes with fighting a visible disease in public. Even on difficult days, he refuses to let Parkinson's define the ending of his story. Surrounded by his family and a team helping protect him from falls, Fox continues to move forward. Through the Michael J. Fox Foundation, he has raised awareness and pushed research toward better treatments. Parkinson's may shake his body, but it has never broken his will. Michael J. Fox is still standing, not because the danger is gone, but because he refuses to surrender to it. Number 3. Wendy Williams. Wendy Williams built her career by asking the questions no one else dared to ask. But while millions watched her command the stage with confidence, a silent threat was already attacking her from within. Behind the bright lights and sharp humor, her thyroid was spiraling out of control. In 2018, Wendy revealed that she had Graves' disease, an autoimmune disorder linked to hyperthyroidism. Her racing heart, high blood pressure, exhaustion, and visibly changing eyes were not simply signs of stress or menopause. They were warnings that her own immune system was turning against her body. The danger had already revealed itself in terrifying fashion. During a live Halloween broadcast in 2017, Wendy suddenly collapsed in front of the cameras. Though she returned to work, the frightening moment exposed just how serious her condition had become. Doctors eventually ordered her to step away from the show, forcing a woman known for never slowing down to confront a brutal reality. Continuing to ignore her health could come at a devastating price. For years, Wendy admitted that she had placed work, family, and everyone else before herself. But as her medical struggles intensified, protecting her health became a matter of survival. She entered treatment, spent time in a rehabilitation facility, and stepped away from the television empire she had built. Now Wendy is attempting another comeback, but this time the stakes are far greater than ratings. She is fighting to reclaim her strength, her independence, and the life that nearly slipped away while the cameras were still rolling. Number 4. Selma Blair. Selma Blair spent years lighting up Hollywood screens, but behind the cameras, her own body was quietly turning against her. In 2018, she revealed a devastating diagnosis: multiple sclerosis, a dangerous disease that disrupts the central nervous system and interferes with the signals traveling between the brain and the rest of the body. The warning signs were frightening. Bending her neck could send an electric shock through her body. Her muscles tightened without warning. Her speech sometimes became difficult, and painful spasms could strike with little notice. Even when she appeared calm on the outside, Blair described an invisible battle of stiffness, exhaustion, and relentless discomfort that ordinary treatments could not fully control. As the disease advanced, the stakes became terrifyingly real. She underwent an intense stem cell transplant procedure involving chemotherapy designed to destroy and rebuild her immune system. The treatment carried serious risks, but Blair faced it because MS threatened her mobility, independence, and future. By 2021, she announced that she was in remission, with no new nerve lesions developing. Yet remission did not mean the nightmare was completely over. Pain remained, and she continued receiving intravenous immune therapy while relying on a nurse and a service dog for support. But Selma Blair refused to disappear. She transformed her struggle into a mission, fighting for accessible healthcare and adaptive clothing for people with disabilities. MS may have attacked her body, but it never silenced her voice. Her most dangerous battle became the source of her greatest strength. Number 5. Selena Gomez. Selena Gomez seemed to have everything: fame, beauty, sold-out shows, and millions of devoted fans. But behind the glamorous image, her own immune system was launching a dangerous attack against her body. Diagnosed with lupus, Selena faced an unpredictable disease capable of damaging the skin joints, heart, lungs, and kidneys. Fatigue, pain, inflammation, and depression became part of a battle that could turn deadly without warning. Eventually, the disease caused severe kidney damage, forcing her to undergo a life-saving transplant. The surgery was not the end of the nightmare. Selena also endured chemotherapy, powerful medications, and the emotional pressure of recovering under constant public scrutiny. As treatment changed her weight and appearance, strangers attacked her online, unaware that the same medicine keeping her alive was also transforming her body. Lupus has no simple cure. Every treatment requires a dangerous balance between controlling inflammation and avoiding serious side effects. Steroids and immune-suppressing drugs can bring relief, but they may also cause exhaustion, mood changes, headaches, and other complications. Still, Selena refused to hide. She spoke openly about her illness, her transplant, and her mental health struggles, turning her darkest moments into a warning and a source of hope for others. The spotlight showed a superstar. Behind it stood a survivor fighting every day to protect her body, her mind, and her future. Number 6. Dan Reynolds. Dan Reynolds commands stadiums with a voice powerful enough to shake thousands of fans. But for years, the Imagine Dragons frontman was hiding a dangerous secret, His own immune system was attacking his body. Reynolds lives with ankylosing spondylitis, a painful autoimmune disease that targets the joints and can slowly fuse parts of the spine. What began as unexplained knee and ankle pain during his teenage years grew into something far more threatening. Every movement could bring stiffness, inflammation, and crushing pain. Left uncontrolled, the disease could steal his mobility and turn ordinary life into a daily physical battle. For a long time, Reynolds stayed silent. He avoided the diagnosis and tried to push through the warning signs. But in 2015, standing before more than 13,000 fans in Leeds, he finally revealed the truth. The rock star, who appeared fearless on stage, admitted that he had been living with a condition that terrified him. The danger was not only physical. Chronic pain can isolate its victims, drain their confidence, and make them feel trapped inside a body they can no longer trust. Reynolds also battled ulcerative colitis, adding another layer to his fight against autoimmune disease. Through exercise, a disciplined diet, and biologic medication, he eventually reached remission. But he knows the disease could return. Now Reynolds uses his platform to reach others living in silence. The pain once threatened to control his life. Instead, it gave him a new mission: prove that even when the body turns against you, surrender is not the only ending. Number 7. Yolanda Hadid. Yolanda Hadid appeared to be living a glamorous life filled with luxury cameras and celebrity status. But behind the polished image, she was trapped in a terrifying battle with neurological Lyme disease, a condition that slowly invaded her body and turned everyday life into a nightmare. The symptoms were relentless. Crushing fatigue, confusion, memory loss, anxiety, sleeplessness, and severe pain left her feeling as if her mind and body were shutting down. Even worse, while she struggled to survive, people around her questioned whether she was truly sick. For Yolanda, that doubt became another dangerous wound, one that affected not only her, but also her children, who were facing similar health problems. During her time on The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, the pressure intensified. Cameras captured the drama, but they could not fully reveal the darkness she was living through. Yolanda later admitted that the pain became so unbearable that she sometimes wanted an escape from it all. Her decade-long battle felt like a prison with no visible exit. Yet one force kept her from giving up her children. They became her reason to keep fighting when the disease had nearly taken everything else. Today, Yolanda speaks openly about the invisible dangers of chronic illness. Her story is a warning that appearances can be dangerously misleading. Behind a perfect smile may be someone fighting for their life, and sometimes survival begins when the world finally chooses to believe them. Number 8. Lil Wayne. Lil Wayne has survived fame, controversy, and decades inside one of music's most unforgiving industries. But behind the stage lights, the rap icon has been fighting an invisible neurological threat capable of striking without warning: epilepsy. For years, Wayne kept the condition private. Then a series of violent seizures forced the truth into public view. Some attacks became so severe that he required emergency hospitalization, while others reportedly struck during flights, forcing planes to change course so he could receive urgent medical care. The danger is terrifyingly unpredictable. Epilepsy can trigger sudden loss of awareness, uncontrollable movements, serious injury, or even death. For Wayne, exhaustion, stress, and an overloaded schedule could turn an ordinary day into a medical emergency within seconds. He has also spoken about losing a cousin to seizures, a tragedy that made the threat brutally personal. There is no simple cure. Medication, lifestyle changes, medical devices, specialized diets, and sometimes surgery may help control the attacks, but the risk never completely disappears. Still, Lil Wayne refuses to let fear silence him. He continues recording and performing while becoming more open about the condition that has repeatedly placed his life in danger. On stage, fans see an unstoppable superstar. Behind the music is a survivor who knows that every performance could be interrupted by an enemy he cannot see and cannot afford to underestimate. Number 9. Nick Jonas. Nick Jonas was only 13 years old when his body began sending terrifying warning signs. He was losing weight constantly, thirsty, exhausted, and dangerously weak. Then came the diagnosis that changed his life forever: type 1 diabetes. For a teenager standing on the edge of global fame, the threat was immediate. His pancreas had stopped producing insulin, the hormone needed to keep blood sugar under control. Without constant monitoring and treatment, his glucose levels could rise or crash without warning, leading to confusion, unconsciousness, organ damage, or even death. Suddenly, every meal rehearsal, flight, and live performance came with a hidden calculation. Too much insulin could send his blood sugar plummeting. Too little could create a medical emergency, just as dangerous. While fans saw a confident young star under the lights, Nick was quietly learning how to survive a condition that never takes a day off. The diagnosis also left him feeling isolated and uncertain about whether he could continue performing. But instead of allowing fear to control his future, he turned the disease into a mission. By working with diabetes organizations and promoting continuous glucose monitoring technology, Nick began helping others understand that better tools and support can save lives. Today, he continues touring, recording, and building a family while managing the condition every hour of every day. Type 1 diabetes may be invisible, but the danger is always present. Nick Jonas survives not by ignoring it, but by staying one step ahead. Number 10. Morgan Freeman. Morgan Freeman's legendary voice has guided audiences through some of Hollywood's most powerful stories. But behind that calm presence, the acclaimed actor has been living with a painful condition that never truly lets him escape. In 2008, Freeman survived a devastating car accident that left him with severe nerve damage. Doctors performed a 4-hour operation, but the crash changed his life forever. He later developed fibromyalgia, a chronic disorder capable of causing relentless muscle pain, crushing fatigue, and extreme sensitivity throughout the body. The damage was especially severe in his left arm. Freeman has often been seen wearing a compression glove, a visible reminder of the injuries that still follow him years after the wreck. Simple movements can become painful, and the discomfort may strike without warning. For an actor whose career depends on control, presence, and endurance, every performance carries a hidden physical cost. Then in July 2023, another health scare forced him to cancel promotional appearances for Special Ops Lioness. Initial confusion surrounded his sudden absence, but his representative later confirmed that Freeman was dealing with a contagious infection. At his age, even a temporary illness can become dangerously serious. Yet Freeman returned once again, refusing to let pain dictate the final chapter of his career. Audiences see wisdom, strength, and composure. Behind the iconic voice stands a survivor carrying the consequences of one violent accident and continuing forward despite a battle his body never allows him to forget. Number 11. Halle Berry. Halle Berry has played fearless heroes, survived brutal action scenes, and built one of Hollywood's most powerful careers. But away from the cameras, she has spent decades managing a silent medical threat that can turn dangerous without warning: diabetes. Diagnosed in her early 20s, Berry learned that every meal, workout, illness, and injury could affect the delicate balance inside her body. If her blood sugar moved too far in either direction, the consequences could become serious weakness, confusion, loss of consciousness, or long-term damage to vital organs. That danger became even more frightening during the COVID-19 pandemic. Knowing that diabetes could increase the risk of severe complications, Berry created a strict quarantine system inside her home. Anything entering from the outside was carefully isolated and cleaned before reaching her family. For her caution was not paranoia. It was protection. Her condition also raised concerns after she broke 3 ribs while filming John Wick Chapter 3. At first, she feared osteoporosis or another bone disorder. She later questioned whether diabetes had made her body more vulnerable to injury. Still, Berry refused to become inactive. She trained at home, exercised with her son, and used hiking, running, and long outdoor walks to protect both her physical and mental health. On screen, Halle Berry appears nearly indestructible. In reality, her strength comes from knowing the danger is always present and choosing to fight for control every single day. Number 12. Anthony Anderson. Anthony Anderson built his career by making millions laugh, but behind the comedy, he has been fighting a disease with deadly consequences. For more than 2 decades, the Blackish star has lived with type 2 diabetes, a condition that can quietly damage blood vessels, threaten the heart, and increase the risk of a fatal heart attack or stroke. The danger became deeply personal. Anderson understood that uncontrolled blood sugar was not just a number on a medical chart. It could slowly attack his circulation, raise his blood pressure, increase cholesterol, and place his future at risk. Every poor meal, missed workout, or ignored warning sign could push him closer to a crisis. Instead of surrendering, Anderson rebuilt his daily life. He began planning meals carefully, eating carbohydrates earlier in the day, exercising consistently, and following medical treatment. His approach depends on 3 powerful weapons: nutrition, physical activity, and medication. The transformation was visible. He lost weight, improved his health, and turned his private struggle into a public mission. Through diabetes awareness campaigns, Anderson now warns others not to wait until the damage becomes irreversible. Audiences may see a confident comedian, but behind every joke is a survivor who knows the stakes are deadly. His message is clear: diabetes can destroy a life in silence, but disciplined action can change the ending. Number 13. Tom Hanks. Tom Hanks has survived war zones, plane crashes, deserted islands, and impossible disasters on screen. But in real life, one of Hollywood's most trusted stars has been fighting a silent threat that can damage the body for years before the danger becomes obvious: type 2 diabetes. In 2013, doctors confirmed the diagnosis after warning him that his blood sugar had been too high for a long time. Genetics played a role, but Hanks also admitted that years of poor eating habits had pushed him closer to the edge. What once seemed like harmless choices had become part of a serious medical battle. The risks were impossible to ignore. Uncontrolled diabetes can damage the heart, kidneys, nerves, eyes, and blood vessels. It can quietly increase the chance of stroke, organ failure, and other life-threatening complications. Hanks was told that losing significant weight could help control the disease, but returning to his high school weight would be an enormous challenge. So he changed his routine. Exercise became a daily weapon, whether on a treadmill, walking outdoors, or hiking with his dog. He also began monitoring his meals more carefully, abandoning the idea that simply removing a hamburger bun could erase the danger. Hanks admits he is not perfect. There are setbacks, temptations, and moments of frustration, but every morning he returns to the fight. The world sees America's most dependable movie hero. Behind that familiar smile is a man who knows that diabetes does not need explosions to be deadly. It only needs to be ignored. Number 14. George Clooney. George Clooney is known for his effortless smile, sharp humor, and legendary Hollywood confidence. But long before he became one of the world's most recognizable stars, he woke up to a terrifying reality: half of his face had stopped moving. As a teenager, Clooney developed Bell's palsy, a sudden condition that temporarily paralyzes the muscles on one side of the face. Without warning, his smile became uneven. His expression changed, and the future actor was forced to confront the frightening possibility that his face might never return to normal. For anyone, the experience would be alarming. For a young man who would later build a career in front of cameras, it could have destroyed his confidence before Hollywood ever knew his name. Bell's palsy affects the facial nerve, and while many people recover, the sudden paralysis can resemble the warning signs of a stroke. In those first moments, there is no guarantee that the damage will disappear. Years later, Clooney revisited the experience on Jimmy Kimmel's anniversary show. When an old photograph revealed his crooked smile, he stopped the joke before it began and explained the truth behind the image. The paralysis eventually faded, but the memory remained. George Clooney's famous smile may look effortless today, yet behind it lies the story of a teenager who once feared losing control of the face that would one day define a Hollywood icon. Number 15. Zoe Salana. Zoe Salana has conquered galaxies, survived alien wars, and become one of Hollywood's most powerful leading women. But behind the blockbuster success, her own immune system has been waging a silent war against her body. Salana lives with Hashimoto's thyroiditis, an autoimmune disease that causes the immune system to attack the thyroid. The damage can disrupt energy metabolism, mood, and nearly every system that depends on hormonal balance. What looks like ordinary exhaustion can become a warning that the body is losing control from within. The danger felt even more personal because the condition also affected her mother and sister. Then came another alarming discovery: her bone density was already declining. For someone still young, the news raised frightening questions about weakness, fractures, and what the future might hold. To fight back, Salana transformed her lifestyle. She adopted a strict eating plan, cutting out gluten and dairy, despite her deep love of food. Every choice became part of a larger mission to control inflammation and protect her health before the disease could take more from her. Yet she refused to slow down. While raising twin boys and working on physically demanding films, she continued pushing for stronger female roles in an industry where she was often the only woman in the room. On screen, Zoe Salana battles threats from other worlds. Off screen, she faces an enemy far more intimate, one hidden inside her own body. And every day she keeps moving forward is proof that fear does not get the final word.